Okay, awesome. Well, good night. I am really excited that everybody's joined us tonight. We are thrilled to spend time with you. We're excited to share a little bit about ourselves and why we think Rodan and Fields is the very best opportunity out there, and why we think that now is the best time to do that. And so real quick, I'm Sarah. For those of you guys that don't know me, I have been with Rodan and Fields for 5.5 years now, which is absolutely mind-blowing. That is my daughter. Hi. I have a professional background in the Air Force and in the dental field. I was a meteorologist in the Air Force for just shy of 8 years. And then after that, I went to work in the dental professional as a dental professional. And I was a surgical assistant for a few years. That is when I found Rodan and Fields. Everybody here comes from different backgrounds and different stories. For me, somebody invited you here, but nobody ever invited me to Rodan and Fields. My husband and I are a blended family with 5 kids, and us being 2 full-time working parents just wasn't working out for us. And I went looking for an opportunity that I could replace my income and work from home to be where I felt that I was needed the most. And so into Rodan and Fields. My mom actually told me that she had seen on Facebook one of her teacher friends had retired from teaching. Luckily for me, she got really excited about it, put it on Facebook. My mom happened to be scrolling Facebook that day, and she said, Sarah, I think you might want to check out this Rodan and Fields thing. It looks pretty good. And so that's what I did. I had never tried a product. I didn't know very much about the company. I recognized the doctors' names and knew that whatever they were doing, I could completely match myself up with. It took me a few days to convince my husband that it was an okay idea, and we jumped right in. Like we'll talk about tonight, everybody does this for different reasons. My reason was originally so that I could replace my income and be home with my kids. And that's what I did. A year to the month later, I had worked this business as a side business alongside my full-time job, and replaced that income and then walked away from that. I've been doing it full-time from home for 4.5 years. It has afforded us so many incredible opportunities. My favorite right now, my favorite for a while, has been the opportunity to now full-time homeschool my kids that I just absolutely love, and some really memorable trips and moments along the way. So that's a little bit about me and who I am and how in the world I got to this crazy gig. What I'm going to do is we're going to go around, and the other people that are going to be speaking from their perspective tonight are going to introduce themselves. So let's start up here. Trisha.
Hi guys, my name's Trisha. So full-time, I work as an emergency medicine physician assistant. I've been in the Air Force for 18 years, September. And I'm married. I have 2 little kids. I have almost 2-year-old and a 3-month-old. So if you're considering, if you're thinking at all, you might be too busy, like I would love to teach you how to do this being busy. So I have been with Rodan and Fields. I've been having a blast, honestly, for 4 years now. And how this all happened for me is I started using the products, and it was the best thing I had ever put on my face. And I had only been using the products for maybe like a month. And I started thinking about, man, I think I should join as a consultant. And I had never done anything like this, no experience in, direct sales, selling anything, no experience in skincare. But I just had the mindset of, I could suck at this, I could be good at this, but I'll never know until I try. So around that same time, I had finished school, PA school. I was working, my job in family practice at the time. And I just had this feeling that I just felt like there was something more. I was just like questioning a little bit, like, is this my purpose in life? Because I believe that everyone has a true purpose in life. And at the same time, something was telling me to join Rodan and Fields. And so that's exactly what I did. And little did I know that my life would just change in ways that I never imagined. So it was crazy. It took maybe like a couple weeks to a month. And I realized that this opportunity was once in a lifetime. And all of the things that I felt like I needed in life were satisfied. It was crazy. I mean, it was purpose, fulfillment, the community, recognition. Like the company recognizes us like nobody else. And I mean, that's kind of lacking in my real job and, being home with, a mom. And so it's just so crazy. The best part, honestly, like doing just a little bit of my Rodan and Fields business each day has allowed me to now, when I get to retire in 3 years, to do this full time. And ultimately, my biggest goal and dream is just to be a present mom and do things with my kids and travel and be able to honestly continue to share this with other people that maybe didn't know that there were options in life, kind of like myself. And so I'm just extremely passionate about sharing it. So let's see. Do you want to introduce the next person, Sarah?
We'll go right around. Jody.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jody. I am also married. I've been married for 17 years and we have 2 kids. I have a 12-year-old son and a 14-year-old daughter. And we are super heavily involved in sports with our children. And we are just a big sports family in general. And because of that, we travel a lot. About 7 months of the year, we're gone almost every weekend. So we are rarely home. And then during the week, we go to lessons and practices. And just to give you an idea, we live in a very small town in Tennessee. So every lesson that we go to, every practice that we go to, every travel tournament that we go to on the weekends is a minimum of 1 hour from our home. Just to give you an idea of how often and how far we travel on a weekly, semi-weekly basis. So I'm telling you all that to say, not to say anything else except when I started my Rodan and Fields business 7 months ago, I was doing all this stuff with my kids. I homeschool my children and have for the last 5 years. So we full-time homeschool. And I was also in charge of my homeschool group, which involved about 20 other families. And that was a pretty big responsibility. And I had church responsibilities and just normal life stuff. Okay. So I'm telling you all that to say, oh, and other thing too, is I was right in the middle of getting my real estate license. And if you know, getting a real estate license involves lots of classes, lots of studying, lots of time. And so I was right in the middle of that, and our family needed another source of income. So Sarah and I are friends. We homeschool in the same group, and I knew that she had a business. And so I just asked her, hey, tell me what you do. And I looked into Rodan and Fields, talked to Sarah about it. I actually talked to Trish about it. And I knew that it would be great for our family. And the thing, I mean, I love so many things. We don't have enough time to talk about all the things that I love about this company and the skincare. I'll just tell you that because I could talk to that wall right there all night. But I can tell you the thing that I love so much, particularly about my experience, is that I started getting paid cash in my pocket for those lessons and travel and all of that day one. And I determined how much I was going to make. And I absolutely love that about Rodan and Fields.
That is awesome. That is super awesome. All right, Tanya.
Hey guys, my name is Tanya. So I've been with the company for about 2 years. And with me, it started with the products, the love of our Unblemished acne regimen. And so for me, I had struggled with acne for about 30 years and could not find anything at all to help me out. And so Trisha was like, you really need to try our products. And I'm like, well, no. But with Trisha, she was persistent and she kept trying. And I just kept telling her no. Just because after 30 years of trying literally everything you could possibly think of, from going to the dermatologist and topicals and antibiotics, I mean, literally everything, for 30 years, but like I said, she was persistent. And, I asked her, I said, well, what makes Rodan and Fields different? And, the first thing she said was, well, we are number one. I was like, okay, well, tell me more. And then she said, you get 60 days to try it. And if you don't like it, you get money back. And that sold me, because literally I had a graveyard of all these products underneath my, my sink that never worked for me. And thing about the products is that, or with acne, if you've never ever dealt with acne, it kills your confidence. You don't want to leave the house. You can't wear these cute little, tank tops and stuff like that because you break out on your back. And so I tried the products and they actually worked. It was amazing. So after that, I felt like I want to help other people. I had this passion to help other people, especially teens, because I had struggled so bad with acne. And it kind of fell at the perfect timing for me because I had just retired from the Air Force 2 years ago. And I have a little girl. I'm a single mom and I have a 3-year-old. Well, she's 5 now. At the time she was 3. So, and I retired because I had deployed in the Air Force 7 times in my 20 years. And I didn't want to have to leave her. So I was like, well, I don't want to leave her when I'm out of the Air Force either. So I need to find something that I can stay home, I can work from home, I can do these field trips with her. And, if she's sick, I can be there. A 9-to-5 job isn't going to be like, okay, go ahead, do what you got to do. It's just not, no, it doesn't work that way. So, I decided, okay, well, if the products work, why don't I sell them? Sure. So it was just the perfect timing for me. It really was. And it's just been awesome. I have that time to spend with Serenity and be there for her. I can do these field trips with her, at 2:00 in the afternoon, or if she's sick, it's, 10 o'clock or whatever. It doesn't matter. It's all about my daughter, and that's what makes it perfect for me.
I love that. And there's clearly a theme in everybody's story. So many things about who we are and why we do what we do are different, but there is definitely a theme. So what we're going to do now, since tonight we're talking about why Rodan & Fields, why now, right, is we're going to go around and we're just going to talk a little bit more about our timing. So Trisha, why don't you tell everybody a little bit more about why you picked the timing you did and what that looked like for you?
So I actually joined probably the busiest time of my life. I was starting a doctorate program to learn to be an emergency medicine PA. It was full-time, 12-hour days, 6 days a week. But like I had told you, something was just telling me to do it. And it was just like pulling at me to do it. And I really didn't know what was going to come of it. I thought that I was just going to help my friends with their skin because I was telling everybody about the products anyways. I thought I would make like a couple $100s a month. I really, really had no idea. But then like at the same time, I had this voice over here that was saying like, hey, like, I think you're meant to do a little bit more with your life. I think you have a different purpose. And I didn't know that Rodan & Fields would fill this for me. But when like two things collided, it was just incredible. Like the feeling that I had, because at the same time, I also was wondering, to myself, am I going to be able to do it all? I'm sure a lot of moms, wives, working professionals feel this way. Like, can I really be a good working professional? Can I really be a good mom, be a good wife? Can I do it all? And so when I found this, it was like such a calming, I had like won the jackpot. I mean, it was just incredible. Like, oh, I don't have to worry about doing it all because I can just do this and do the most important thing, which is being mom. So it's like really hindsight, like when something was telling me to do it, I just followed my intuition and followed my gut. I didn't know what that was going to be at the time, but then I very quickly found out like, this is what you're made to do.
Yeah. I always think that your timing and hindsight is very interesting. But hindsight is very interesting. Jody, are there any extra things about your timing why you picked when you did?
Well, I kind of touched on it a little bit before. My initial motivation was really money. And I am a researcher, and Sarah knows this because when I was asking her questions, I needed all the information. But the thing that really got me on the timing too was understanding in my research and seeing the compensation plan and how you do immediately make money. I mean, there's no big delay. You don't have to build up as much. And in my research, I also found that Rodan and Fields only has about a 30% brand awareness out there, which was super exciting to me because I know tried these products and we're already number one.
Yep.
So it's out there for the taking.
I really love that. So many people don't know that, and then are mind blown by it. 30% I mean, that's insane that's the only brand awareness that we have to do, or that we have out there, which means we have so much work to do. So Tanya, what about you and your timing?
I mean, I pretty much touched on it. I had retired from the Air Force, and, I didn't necessarily need a job, but, if I was going to work, I definitely wanted to work from home.
Yeah.
I retired at that time to spend time with my daughter, and, I wanted to work from home, and she was 3. I wanted to spend time with her. So I think
your timing was really natural for you. It's not that way for everybody, but I think that that's something that's interesting about yours is that it was very natural. It flew.
Perfect.
It fit right in there. And what's crazy? There's some people that's it. Like, you can't even deny it. The timing is so perfect. It just fits right in. I know for me, the timing could not have been more inconvenient. We had 5 kids. My youngest was 2 and was basically never going to be potty trained. We just give it up. And the oldest was 12. And, we had multiple sports going on in the house. I was working full time in one city and my husband was working full time in another. He's in banking, and they were even doing a bank merger at the time. Like, the timing could not have been worse. But I know for me, it was now or never. It was change things. Did I want things to be that way? Did I want my circumstances to stay that way? Or did I want to change something? And so for me, it was not natural. It was taking timing into my own hands, because I knew that if nothing changed, nothing would ever change. And I had to, in fact, create my own timing. Hindsight, best. I mean, I even knew it then. Like you said, Trisha, there's always this gut feeling of, there's more out there than this. And this is the vehicle that I'm going to use, because I have this gut feeling that it's going to be huge. So I'm curious, Trisha, why would you say that now is the time to join Rodan and Fields?
Unmute myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's always a good time to join Rodan and Fields. But now, so like with our doctors, our dermatologists, and our scientists that create our products, we are always on the cutting edge of the new thing. So our doctors, they're dermatologists, they still see patients, in their clinic in San Francisco today. So what they do is they listen to the needs of their clients and their customers, and they create things that are pretty much exclusive to Rodan and Fields, and people go bananas over our products. So Lash Boost, Brow Boost, Radiant Defense. I mean, those are all like the newest things that we have, and people go absolutely crazy over them. So October is when we'll have a new product launch, which is, we'll have at least one new product launch. We have no idea what it's going to be. They keep it super secret until it's released. But people just go crazy over them, and there's always a need for something that we put out. And so if there was ever a time to join, it would be now, so you can get in before the product is launched, so you can like learn how to do things, and then you are ready to go where your people are purchasing from you this brand new product that they want.
I could not agree more. Tanya, what about you? I'm curious. Jody talked about how there's 30% brand awareness. And if you guys don't know it, Our job is to move product for the doctors that what she just talked about. That's our job, is to move the product. We clearly have a lot of ground to cover. Tanya, I'm curious, what about you?
Well, who doesn't like bonuses and rewards? I mean, so, well, if you join right now, you have the opportunity to earn about $400 in bonuses, $100 in product, and exclusive training. So, which is awesome, especially training. I mean, who doesn't want to learn more about our company, our products? And I mean, convention is huge. It's so much fun. The hype, the excitement, it's fun. And I mean, it's too bad that COVID's going on, because, all these people, our team, it's like a big family. You feel like you know everybody, and then like you're your best friend. And then when you actually get to see them in person, it's like, hey, bestie, so but yeah, it's, I don't know. Bonuses, money. Who doesn't like money?
But it is true. You make a really good point. We have what we have now, and it's a really great thing. There's lots of immediate earning opportunities. And then at convention, we have all of these fun things to play with. And that really is fun. I think that really thinking about it in now, even just thinking about what I had said about my own timing, is, if not now, really when? Because you will turn around and people will buy these products from someone. I have been doing this for 5.5 years. People will buy these products from someone, because eventually everybody gets tired of washing their face. First of all, most everybody washes their face. Second of all, eventually people get real sick of wasting money and watching it do absolutely nothing to their skin and go down the drain, and then having to go buy something else anyway. And so people will come. They will come and want to use the products, and you would be better off to begin your business now and open your doors and start inviting people to do that now, as we build from 30% brand awareness to 100% brand awareness in all countries one day. Because if you don't know it, that's their dream. And we are the people that get to help them do that. I mean, that's it. Why not now? Why not now? So I want to ask everybody, one last question, and then I'm going to let Trisha actually wrap it up for us tonight. I want to ask each one of you ladies, what's one unexpected joy that you have had in this business? You talked about the reasons that you came and the things that you wanted from it, because let's face it, this is an income producing business that we're here for. But I like to hear about the unexpected things that came.
So I never expected the personal growth that I achieved with the business. So I think one would look at me and think I'm an extrovert, but inside I feel like an introvert. I'm sure so many of you guys can relate to that. But when I started, I started like talking to, friends that I hadn't talked to in a long time, and reconnecting with people and doing things that were like uncomfortable to me and scary. And through that, I grew so much. Who I am today, 4 years later, is not even close to the person that I was 4 years ago. And I love this person that I've become. Like I truthfully, like, it's just incredible, the personal growth. And I can compare it to my 18 years in the Air Force. And I feel like I have grown more in 4 years, like faster than, 18 years combined. And I never expected that. And I never at all expected that.
Yeah. Tanya, what about you?
I kind of touched on it a little bit. Just the family. I never expected to have such close friends in this business, to be honest with you. Being a military brat and a military member, pretty much my whole life, 41 years, you move around a lot. So it's hard to get close with people and stuff like that. So, with you guys being all over the world, I didn't expect to have such a close, friendship, family, bond. And, with the personal things that I've gone through this year, it's been a tough year. And I know that I count on you guys to listen it's just been, it's been very nice. So.
That is cool. Jody, what about you?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. Well, I've been clear. I joined this business for straight up cash money. I wanted the money. Show me the Benjamins. That's what I wanted. But the things that I have gotten in just 7 months, like I can't wait until I'm Sarah and I'm saying I've been in this business 5.5 years. I love it. Just the friendships, like Tanya said, and even what Trish said about the personal growth, personal development. I've learned so much just from all the ladies around me and just from this $1 billion business. I love it. I love being a business owner and I like being in charge. You can't imagine that, but I do. I love it. I love being in charge. And it has actually really helped me and / forced me to just manage my life better, if you will, my schedule, my time, my priorities, setting goals. I mean, there's just so many joys that I have from that. And I really love and appreciate, honestly, being able to do it right in front of my kids. Like they know and they see mom owns her own business and she's working for us, and I love that. I love everything about it.
And I love that. I do. I think some of the things that, like you said, you knew why you joined. I knew I was super clear cut on why I joined and what I wanted to do with it. I knew that I would want them, every last one of them, watching me build something, coming around and doing respectfully whatever they wanted to. They're always welcome. In anywhere around whatever I'm doing. So I expected those things. I expected to replace my income. I expected all of that. I expected success in that way. But I fully agree with Trisha on this. I do not recognize the girl that joined the business 5.5 years ago. She was excited. She had no clue what she was doing. But I barely even recognize that girl because the personal growth has been, I can't even measure it. And I just didn't know that would be there. I didn't know how many ways that I would be given the opportunity to grow and how many stages. And I just didn't know what that would be like. I didn't know what it would feel like. And it's definitely one of my favorite things because growth is uncomfortable. But man, the pride, I think we can all agree that the feeling of being proud of yourself is irreplaceable. And the pride that we can feel in that is really incredible. So I would say that has definitely been an unexpected joy along this journey. Trisha, why don't you wrap it up for us?
Yes. So I get to talk to a lot of women, on a weekly basis. And something that I hear a lot is people saying, I'm like really interested in this, but I don't know how to do this. Like, what does it even look like? And so I wanted to give you a kind of a walkthrough or like a sneak peek of what it looks like, because we know that you're not expected to know how to do this. Like you are actually expected to know zero about anything Rodan & Fields related when you first join. But what it looks like is you purchase one of our product kits and they're super discounted. So that's really great. You get all your products at like 55% discount. So you purchase one of those and then immediately your website is up and running for you. So we're a total virtual business. We're not party based or anything like that. You can have little fun get-togethers if you want, but it's not required. So people go to your website to purchase their products and then you get paid for it. So website's up and running, and we have a program on our team that walks you through your first 30 days in business. So it's really cool because you can run your business how you want to, but we as a team, we work together and we have a really great system in place. And not to brag, but our system or our team was recognized last month as the #1 team in all of Rodan & Fields to get our new consultants off to a solid start. So we're very, very proud of what we do. Rodan & Fields has our new consultant onboarding training, but we have a little bit of extra on our team that walks you through your first 30 days. And you are going to know pretty much by the end of the 30 days, like how to be a Rodan and Fields consultant and what you need to do to make money, because I think that's why most people come initially to make money, and they want to see their initial investment made back as soon as possible. So we work really closely together for the first 30 days. As you join, whoever you join, you know, the consultant that invited you, you are their top priority for at least the first 30 days. And then we're always available afterwards, but you don't need us so much. We train you, and then you have your own wings and you fly. And so we have it broken down to the first 48 hours, what we'll do the first 7 days, and then the first 30 days. So you will always know what you need to do to be successful in your business, to be making a paycheck. And truthfully, all you really need is just to be coachable and to have a little bit of trust in yourself and have a whole lot of trust in us, because we have done this multiple times, and we know it works for people, and we're here just to walk you through every step of the way. Did I miss anything important there? I'm getting started.
You didn't miss anything important. I honestly think we hit it all. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to stop the